What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. So I just got off of Permission Granted, and what a beautiful group. I'm just loving the vibe of that group. And every time I create something, there's a layout, but then there's also spirit. Wherever I'm guided, whatever the group needs, something else comes through. So it's been changing shape a little bit, and I love what's coming through. And I asked the ladies in the group to make one big bold move, make one big bold commitment. And we just got to talking about the voices in your head, and people will think, well, what is permission granted? Of course I give myself permission. Of course I believe I'm awesome. Yes, I love myself. I'm doing all the self-love things. I'm checking the boxes. But there's actually these subconscious records playing in our heads, playing all the time. And if you really want to know what the voices are saying, just look around at your life. Look around at your life. Look at your bank accounts. Look at where you live. Look at the people you hang out with. Look at the food you eat. Look at how you treat your body and what you feel about your body. Hi, Laura. Hi, Tara. Hi, Nico. Hi, Karina. So I want you to think of this, because those voices are just going to dictate everything in your life. You think it's you, right? But here's the thing. If you're not mindful, then the subconscious records, the voices, the noise is actually directing you, right? It's directing you. You think that you're in control because you're like, yeah, I'm here drinking this water, I'm talking on the phone, scrolling on Facebook, watching this video. I'm in control. But then what happens? You go out into the kitchen, you start making lunch, you go unconscious again. You don't go unconscious and black out, but like, here comes the voice while you're prepping your lunch, right? You're like doing something, washing the dishes. Here comes that little noise. And then what happens? The way you actually feel changes, right? Have you ever noticed that? And this is one thing that's shifted really big for me since I became, more mindful and doing meditation over the years, is that all of a sudden, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm stepping on a cord. All of a sudden, I will be doing something and I'll feel like heaviness. Hey, Rebecca, I'll feel heaviness all of a sudden. I'm like, ew, what was I just thinking? What did I just hear? Right? Like, I won't be doing anything. I'll just be like folding something or, walking, and I just feel this guilt or shame or regret, and I'll just start tracking back. Like, what was that thought? And I'll notice, because it's just playing. It's just playing noise. So one of my friends, Amber Boswell, she always calls it the brain bitch, right? Now, sometimes it's the voice, and it's actually, you can't do that. You don't know how. People don't have money for that. No one's going to come. You can't do that because look what happened to her. Look what happened to him. Look what happened to your mom. So there's that voice, and then there's this other thing. There's the projection screen. Now, the projection screen loves to play everything that's been happening, and it will replay that same scenario of your boyfriend dumping you. It will play the same scenario of your friend like saying that thing to you. It'll play that time where you got rejected. It's gonna find all the bad things, and it's just boop, playing it for you. Now, the more mindful you become, the more you shift this. So it's just so important for us to know that our beliefs and our agreements, whether we're conscious of them or not, are going to dictate our experience. So if we can come to that agreement right now and that understanding, then we understand that, right? And it's so easy. Walk into a space where there are a bunch of millionaires hanging out and having dinner, and you take one person that makes maybe like $45,000 a year, and all of their friends and family have this agreement that they have to keep their jobs for stable income, or they have to keep their jobs for their benefits. You drop them at a table with a bunch of millionaires eating, they're going to be out of agreement with that, right? It's going to be like, wow, this person's living in a bubble. The other person's going to be looking at them like, what the hell? This is like messing with my reality. We're all living in these different realities, and we will tend to like just find ourselves in these groups and circles of people that are in resonance with whatever we believe and agree for our own lives and our own businesses and our own ways of living. For instance, I'm a super non-traditional mom. I will just like pick up and move. I don't believe in a lot of things. I've done some things recently with my teen who's only 13 that I know a lot of moms would be like, this chick is crazy. But see, I am just choosing to raise my daughter differently. I'm choosing to live differently. So because of that, I have never had a ton of mom friends. Like, I do not go by the whole Pinterest living, the Pinterest life. Like, I'm just like, life is kind of messy. It is what you make it. And like, this is what we're doing. And so we tend to find our people. And now as an entrepreneur and with these kind of vision and goals I have for my life, I make sure that I put myself in certain situations, that I'm collaborating with certain kinds of people, that I'm investing in certain kinds of groups and programs. And it's because I want to change the voice, right? I want my voice to be checked. And how do we check our voice? By looking at the things that we're believing in and that we no longer want to believe in. So right now, just think of one thing in your life that you are just not happy with the experience. The experience is just not serving you, whether it's your bank account, it could be the way that your business is operating, it could be the relationships that you're in, it could be the way that you treat your body, the way that your body feels. Find something, an experience that right now you were like, this is not me living my best life and I know it. Funny enough, it's probably been haunting you for a while because our potential haunts us, right? So our potential will keep poking at us like, you could do better, you could do better, you could do better. That's not really the same as I feel, the bitchy voice that tells you you're not good enough. There's a voice that's like, there's more for us here, right? And it's good to know the distinction because that voice can drive you and help you make better, bigger choices. There's a voice that tells you that things are too expensive. Now, this voice is tricky because I'll tell you that if you're someone that is like, my life is full of suffering right now, I have like crap relationships, I don't know how to open my heart, I am in a situation where I don't believe in myself, but you also aren't willing to invest to go to like certain kinds of events, and you can't invest in certain books. I've had people tell me that my book is too expensive or that buying an Audible account is too expensive. I have to tell you this, if your voice tells you that $15 a month is too expensive, check that voice because that voice needs to be changed, right? And so this is the way that we change our voice. And when I'm at the place of where I am now, I was like, wow, my income increased 50% last year, but that's not really where I want to be. I know that I have more in me, right? So then I have to ask, like, what do I really believe about this? What do I have to be? Who do I have to be the millionaire Nicole? Because the millionaire Nicole is here. She's here. She's inside, right? And I hear her trying to like get out and express herself. You guys are thinking like some of you may be thinking, this chick is crazy. Talk about all these voices we have. But we do, right? Am I the only one, or do you guys have the voices? I want to hear what some of the things your voice says, right? We were just talking about this in my group, and we were really deep diving into the different voices, where they came from, and creating this new version of you. So we were talking about this because I say that we're like literally midwifing the newest and best version of ourselves all the time. Or you're just numbing out and shutting out and talking to yourself in the way that's, I can't have that, that's not for me. You gotta choose. We were talking about raising your rates, raising your programs, expanding the things you're doing. We were talking about all these things in the group, and these are really the things I do with my clients. So guys, if you're in LA and you're like, I wanna work on this deeper and do the deeper work and have someone help me with my blind spots, make a big shift, get with me in LA, because me in LA, we're gonna do VIP days and it's gonna be super luxe. We're doing it at the Ritz-Carlton in Marina Del Rey. If you haven't been there, it's my favorite place to get massages. I love going there, and I do my visioning and stuff there a lot. But anyway, that or Harmonious Hustle Live. So that being said, going back to this voice deal, is you gotta choose what you want your voices to say. Now, right in the beginning, when you first choose to do this work, you're not gonna be able to see and hear all the voices. You gotta choose to become aware, because you've been moving through life just turning on music. Oh, I have no one to call, I have no one to talk to, let me turn on music, let me turn on this book. There's even times where I don't even want you listening to books or podcasts, because I want you just to be still with yourself to hear what the voice is telling you. To hear what you're the tone of the voice, right? Like the tone of the voice is so important, because I could say, you could do better, let's go, like you can do better, you got more, or your voice could be like, you could do better, you fucking suck, you may as well just give up. Like, what does your voice say? Madonna says, yes, the millionaire is already possible, already within. Yes, it is for each of us. Laura says, this so resonates. My voice to support women in sexual empowerment has been trying to get out for over a year. I've been hearing you talking about that too. But the fear voice was winning, not anymore though, changing that voice, right? Like, so it's choosing that I'm going to choose a voice just like I'm choosing the station on my radio, right? I can't listen to trap music all day, although I like hip hop. It's not serving me. I got to turn on the Kundalini stuff. I got to turn on the beats, right? Like I need to hear those things. That's really serving me. So it's important to understand what you need and what you will need where you're going, right? What's going to nourish you on the path. Some of you guys are doing the same things that you've been doing for the past 3 years and wondering why you're not having rapid, radical results and things are just shifting and transmuting. You're not really doing the work. And some of the work is just being willing to sit and to listen to you, to be with you. When I go into meditation, especially when I'm in like a deeper meditation for like a couple days, oh my God, the first day, there's so much anger that comes up. There's so many things that come up. And I was reading Deepak Chopra's book, and he was saying that some people will never sit through a day of meditation because they can't handle what comes up. And I can understand that because it causes so much frustration. You feel like I can't be with myself. This is important because if you can't be with yourself, what's really going on, right? And I'll say that a lot of us, me included, have spent decades of my life, right? The first 2 decades, couldn't be with myself. I will find myself now in spaces where I've been so busy, I've been packing my day so full, even when I'm done working, I sit down and start creating something I want to create. Last night I was doing that. I was like, I'm going to just read my book right now, like read my book for the Audible. And I'm pushing and packing so much stuff, and all of a sudden I'm frustrated. I have icky feelings and I don't want to be with myself. That's when I realized things need to change. I need to make some sort of shift. I need to meditate. I need to purge. I need to do something. When I say purge, it's usually cry or journal or something like that. So all of this being said, you guys don't have to do it alone, right? You don't have to do it alone. Us working with what we're feeling internally, getting support is so important. I had my coach on the podcast yesterday. If you guys haven't listened to that podcast episode, listen to it. It's really good. What I like about it is that Tim is so honest. I mean, Tim is someone that is considered to be a coach for Robert Downey Jr. He's coached Mike Tyson. He's been on Super Soul, right? Like Oprah has called him one of her spiritual advisors. But yet this guy talks about that he's had depression, that he's prone to certain things because, hello, we're human. We're human. So getting support and always having support is important. So don't try to skip that part. Allow yourself to be supported and to be midwifed with someone, right? Like I always just feel like there's something new that's always trying to be birthed and emerge through us right now. And what happens when we feel our most frustrated, our most like, that's when you're at like the brink of it. And that's when you choose, or do you want to go to actual labor or not? And I'm using these references because that's what it freaking feels like sometimes. How many of you guys have been frustrated because you're like, I know I need to start my business. I know I need to change my business. I know I'm offering something that doesn't resonate anymore. I know I need to write the book. My book felt like a little animal that like was like, I need to get out of you. Right? And my podcast feels similar. Like if I don't record my podcast, I'm like, oh, I need to get out there. Like something needs to be said. So I want you to play with this in your own life and ask, are you just settling, right? Like this is not a time to settle. There's too much that's happening. There's too much goodness that needs to happen. And you guys, I want you to think about this because like you look at some people that are out there doing some things and like, I think of Donald Trump, right? Kanye, these people, they're people that you may look at. I love Kanye's music, but like some of the things he says, you know, when you think of things that people are doing, you look at them and you're like, how the hell do they think this? How the hell can they say that? How the heck did this guy get to being a president? Well, the voices in his head have told him some things that he's awesome, that he's needed, that he's powerful, that he can do whatever the hell he wants. And he believed them. So you can choose them or you can let them say whatever they want and they'll just run you the wrong direction. And then you look out at other people in life and you'll wonder, why not me? And it's because you chose it. They didn't. No one else that has more has done anything to you. You subconsciously chose that you don't need to step up that big. You don't need to say those things. Those things aren't for you. Though all of that personal development is too expensive. It takes too much time. Whatever those voices are, get rid of them. So anyway, guys, I am offering a few cool things for free. I'm going to do like a 5-day, I haven't really said it because I was like, I don't really know what I'm going to do, but there's going to be something that's like a 5-day business upgrade kind of thing. We're playing with that, see what it looks like. There's so many women that are in business that are just working on strategy alone, and they wonder why things are not changing. It's because you serving comes from a deeper place than just strategy. But of course we're going to share strategy, but we're going to make it embodied and soulful and different. But because I'm going to Bali for 2 weeks and I'm doing an intense training, I'm going to be meditating for, it's like 8 hours a day. Like, I don't even know. Who knows who the hell I'm going to be? I might pop out with a sun moon name or something. I don't know. I'm just totally joking. I may do something radical. Last time I went to Bali, I didn't even do this kind of training. I only did 4 sessions of it, like for an hour, and I moved to Pennsylvania. So we'll see what happens after this. But I'm playing with the 5 days of business coaching. I'm doing some meditations on manifesting your desires. I'm doing a meditation on calm and centering for anxiety. If you guys don't know this, if you feel anxious and you feel afraid and you feel a lot of fear and worry, you cannot create your biggest magic because you don't have the foundation of I am safe, all of my needs are met, all is well, I'm so supported. You feel unsupported, you don't feel safe. And that energy that you're putting out is not gonna call you in the clients that are gonna pay you thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. So that being said, I think that kind of meditation is important, but I wanna hear what you want, right? Like what you need. I'm gonna put out a poll or something. I've been meaning to, but I've just been packed with all these things. So anyway, I'm gonna head to the gym. And then I will put a poll out soon. So guys, if you have something that you want to hear on the podcast, someone that you think should be on the podcast, do not connect them to me. Ask me first, only because I hate rejecting people. I'm only bringing people onto the podcast that I'm super excited about because otherwise, I like to talk on there. I like to share lessons. So let me know, open to all those things. Have a beautiful day. And if you know someone that needs this message, let them know. And if you haven't already bought your ticket to Harmonious Hustle Live, why not? The second day is all about alter ego and stepping into your most bold boss self. And it's a process that I'm moving you through. But the first day is barefoot, hand holding, hugging, sound bathing, breath working, all that stuff. So guys, this is like next level. You gotta come. It's a vision I've had and I'm glad I said yes. Have a beautiful day. Bye.